So hello guys and welcome to this video where today we are going to be creating a very simple to-do app. The app is going to be using CSS Tailwind and we're going to be using React.js to create the application. So hopefully you like the video, follow the channel and subscribe and leave a like and comment. So let's just get right into it. To start creating the application we say npx create next app. So actually we're using Next.js, but yeah, you could also use React as the same thing in this case. So let's do this. It says need to install following packages. We just say yes. What's the app called? Let's just go to do app. Yep. Perfect. Now we have our application right here. It's just going to create it real quick. It's a bit slow. Now we have it. Now we want to go from this folder into our to-do app. So we say cd to-do app. And now we are inside of this folder. What we can do right now is just to see if it runs. So type npm run dev. We go to our localhost and type enter. So right now it's actually working. We have Next.js 13, which is what we have inside of our index right now. So to install CSS Tailwind, we go to our terminal again. We close this by setting Control C. So we close our application. We type into the terminal npm install. This for download Tailwind CSS post CSS auto prefixer. Okay, enter. Oh. Perfect. Now we want to create a Tailwind config inside of our application. So we say npx Tailwind CSS init and p. So now we have our Tailwind config right here. We want inside of our content, we want to copy these. I'll just copy them from here because that's easier for me, but you guys can just pause the video and type it. What it does is just says that the content of our CSS Tailwind is going to be used on all pages and all components. And also the last thing that we need to do is go to our globals. We can delete everything in here, we don't need it. And then we say Tailwind base, Tailwind components, and Tailwind utilities. Like this. So far so good. Now we can see if we actually have Tailwind installed. I go to my pages, I go to index, and I can just delete everything inside of this main. I'm just going to delete main also. And then we put a div, we say hey, and then inside of here we say class name, background black. Of course we need to run the application, so we say npm run dev. We go back here, and we refresh the site. Let's see if it's working. Yes, we have our hey here, and we have the background that is black from CSS Tailwind. We can also just delete this head, we don't need this. And this. Let's just keep that, that doesn't matter. Okay, let's just make it simple, I delete everything. Like this. So what we want to do right now, because we want to create this very simple to-do application, we go import React. We want to have useState imported from React. So far so good. I'm pretty sure we can also delete these, we don't need them. Yeah. So first of all, we probably want to do some design of the outer box, so we can say something like mx auto, and then say max width like this. So it only goes from here to here. Let's do inside of this, we can do like maybe an h1, and then say to do app. What I did right there was pressing Alt, Shift, and F to beautify the project. If you don't already have it, you can go to extensions and get this plugin. It's really good, and also the beautifier one. Prettier is it called? Prettier. This is for cleaning up your code really fast if you don't want to do it manually. So that's a big code snippet that's really good to have. We also want to do some class on this, so we say text 3XL, and say font bold, and then do something like margin bottom was 4. This is fine. We need another div in here. This div is going to be flex. Then we need a input. Let's just close it here. We don't need to do anything yet. We need a button. Also inside of this, sorry. And then we need we probably should do something on these. Let's say class name, border, gray, 400, margin right of 2, py 4, 2, and flex grow. So here we have our box. I think this is where we're going to be having the input that we want to put into our to-do application. Or it is. We want it to be the type of text. We want a placeholder, like something like enter a to-do item. Just clean this. We want value to, let's just wait with the value. We also want to do something on this button. We can just do the class name, say bg blue 500, hover bg blue 700. We want the text to be white, we want font to be bold, we want py2, px4, and then make it rounded. Perfect. This one is going to be like this instead. Then we want to say add here. Perfect. We clean this. What we want now is a list of our content. So let's say UL. Let's just do the styling of this list. We don't want to do anything on it list yet. So let's say disk, list inside, and then something like margin top of 4 so that it goes below here. So what we want to create now is the functionality of which we type in the items, we press add, and then the item should be added here. So we go up again, and we want to create some different consts. Let's do this, to-dos, and set to-dos. We want to useState for an array, because our items is going to be a list. So that's the array. we want a constant saying something like input value. We want to be able to set this input value also. useState, like this. Just change the music real quick. I think it's this is better. So for as default we have no value. Let's just do this. So input value, this should be big V, and set input value. Perfect. So let's do a const handle input value. It's an event because something happens, and we can do it like this and say input val set input value event.target.value. We also need something to handle the function that adds the to-dos, so we can say handle add to-do. We want to say set to-dos like this. We want to spread out the to-dos and then say input value. Set input value like this. So that should be able to handle the to-dos. That's fine. We want to be able to delete these also. So let's just create the function right now, even though we didn't add it to our list yet. We want maybe a button over here saying something like delete this to do. So we say const handle delete to do index we say const new to-dos.filter. We want to do something like this, and then inside of here we say I, and then if it's not index, then we want to set to-dos as new to-dos. Set to-dos as new to-dos. Handle delete to-dos index. Perfect. Like this. So now we can go back to our but input. We can say the value of this is the input value. We also want the onChange function on this to be handle input change. Of course we get an error because we don't have this yet, but that's fine. We go to our button and we say on click to handle add to do. We can just outcomment this for now because we don't have it yet. So now the fun part comes where we go to our it's because this one is supposed to be called handle input change like this. Sorry, that's my bad. So now it's fine. What we can do here is actually no, this is fine. We go to our list. We want to map the to-dos that we get. So we say to-dos.map to-do and then index. We create this and then we say li. Then we have to set a key when we use this map function. We say index, class name, flex, justify between items center, margin button of 2, so we have some space between these items. And then here we want to do the to-do. To-do start map. Can I be probably undefined? That's fine right now. I'll do a button here, which is going to be the delete option. We need to create some class name for this, saying let's just make it red. Just don't need to hover. Text white, font bold, BOI1, and then PX. Make it rounded. So what's the error here? To do start map. I think this is all right. Cannot read properties of undefined. We also need to add this on the button, so we say on click. Like this. And then handle delete to do. And then inside this we have the index. So now let's see what the problem is. Let me just try to do it like this instead. It's the same. Cannot read properties of undefined. We have our event. We have our to-dos. So now it should be working. What I did was just clean up the code real quick. I think I forgot to create an array around of this or something. So like this. So if you take a good look here, we have our input, we have our button with the add, we have our list. Oh, if it was to do, so I misspelled before. That's my bad. What's really important is to set the key for this list, otherwise you'll get an error when you go live with the application. So what we can do now, we can say something like do homework. And then if we add it to the list, we can also say make breakfast, walk the dog, and then something like go shopping. And we can also delete these items if you want to. So that's pretty much it. So if you liked the video, leave a like, and then I'll try to make some more higher quality videos. This is just one takers because I just want to see if people like my content. So please subscribe to the channel and leave a like and a comment. That would mean a lot for me. So thank you.